So everything that we just covered the past few days and the past few videos regarding that how we had bullish momentum on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, and on Solana. Now I'm going to look at the charts. Then we're going to look at the charts today once again and look at how much it changed because we had higher highs. We were renewing, higher highs. We were going up, then of course going down a little bit, but it was still higher than the previous low. And we were doing that until a couple of days ago when we shifted. We kind of saw a top, and we're gonna look at it today together. And then I'm gonna show you the trades that I'm done, and I'm also gonna show you how you can do easy spreads with Bitopex because a lot of you are looking at me, especially those that are following me on X, and seeing that I'm trading a lot of spreads lately. But these spreads can be complicated if you open each leg individually. This is why we have a feature for you on Bitopex. So let me show that to you real quick. Let's jump right into it. As always, we're going to start with CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap, we use it to see our cryptocurrencies, the prices of our currencies. And if we start right here from Bitcoin currently at 76,283. We have Ethereum going down at $2,093 at $2,093. Then we have BNB at 638. We then have XRP at 136. We have Solana at $83. We have Hyperliquid at 45, being the only one that is in the green in the top 10. If we don't, of course, there's also Tron. I forgot, I didn't see Tron. Then going down a little bit, we have Zcash 527. Then we have Monero at 382. So looking at this, you might be asking, well, what's going on? Why are these prices all over the place? Now, let me show you the fear and greed index. Let me reload the page, and you're going to see that it went from a 43 or actually 49 just a week ago to now a 28. Yesterday was a 27. So see how retailers are super scared right now. We're getting back into extreme fear. Just a few points and we get back into extreme fear. But look at how the retailers are super bullish one day, just last week, we're super bullish, going back into neutral, trying to be very positive for the long term. And now things are going downhill for them. But why is that? Well, looking at the 4 hours chart here for Bitcoin, look, since April, so since the beginning of April, we started doing higher highs. Look, this is a strong bullish momentum. So for April, the entire month of April, we were doing higher highs, this still, if you look right here, still higher than this. So it was going up and up and up and up and up and up. And then we topped right here on May 6th. So 2 weeks ago, more or less, we topped right here and we started shifting because we still had we still had higher lows. You can see this is higher than the previous one, but we never made in another higher high. So looking at this, it shows that it started doing lower lows and lower highs. So now we're going downhill from here and currently going towards the 76,000, maybe even lower. If we look at the daily right here, you can see it clearly. You can see it way better. Look at this momentum, super bullish momentum. We were testing the averages here, but we got rejected right at the 200 moving average. This is the exact point where we got rejected, right here. And that rejection brought us down all the way to the 76K. And we have to see how we're going to react to the 100 moving average because we hit the ceiling right here. We're going to see that the 100 is going to hold us, or if we are just going to keep going down. Because if we keep going down, we're going to be looking towards these low 70K. So 72 and a half, 71, these right here. So this average right here, this is where we're going to be testing in case we don't hold this place. And worst case scenario, if we go below these 70K, then we are going to be liquidating so many people. There's going to be a cascade effect pushing us to 68,000, maybe even lower. But I don't believe that we're going to go that far. But looking at Ethereum, look, Ethereum, same thing. If you look at the 4 hours, you can see we started moving up. We had strong momentum, but then we actually peaked not on May 6th like Bitcoin did. We peaked on April 17th. We peaked at 2464 for Ethereum, and we started going down, and now we're melting. Look, to 2086 as we speak, even lower. So why is that? Well, there's a lot of indicators, there's a lot of macro and geopolitical things happening, but and something that you guys give me a feedback on is that you don't want to always be looking at news coverage because this is not what this is about. That is about options. So regarding options, let me show you what I did. If you are already familiar with my charts, you know that this line means that I placed a trade. and I did place a trade. So if we go right here to the topics, you see if we go to, for example, Ethereum options, and you go down, you see that I sold a 2175 call. So I sold call this week, and this is for 2 days from now. So for the 20th. So I sold a 2175 call for the 20th, and I collected, and I'm going to be collecting 50 bucks more or less, yeah, around 50 bucks. But there was something that I was covering on my X. So if you follow my X, you see that over there I'm doing a lot of spreads, because spreads are safer, because you're not just selling a naked call or selling a naked put, which has, super higher risk than just selling, a spread. So I'm selling spreads, and a lot of people say, well, selling spreads is crazy. I don't understand anything about selling spreads. Teach me how to do that. And when they teach how to do spreads to open two legs, I even made a video on YouTube about it, how to make spreads. You have to sell two legs, or if you're using Deribit, you can just do a combo, but Bitopex doesn't have combos, but we do have options cards. So if you look right here on options cards by the 20th, if you don't understand what you're looking at, these are strategies. So these are pretty much like prediction markets, and it already gives you the ROI right here that you would get if your prediction is correct. So you choose the expiration date. So these are the expirations that you have. And then you can see if you are bullish, neutral, or bearish. So you see bearish, bullish, or neutral right here. And if you look down, you can already see that I am already making some money. How am I making some money? Well, I also did the same 2175 that I did, but for this, I did a prediction that is going to stay below 2175. Pretty much the exact same thing, but just right here. So I went right here to the 20th, and I opened this below 2175. So do you believe that by the 20th right here, Ethereum will stay below the 2175? If you do, you click right here and you can see the payoff, which is exactly that one of a spread. So this is a vertical spread that you are opening, and you just put right here. If you're going to put, let's say, $1,000, you can make 1320, which is 1.32% out of these 1,000 bucks. So Everton, how much are you going to lose? How much can you lose? Well, the whole capital that you deposited. And now you think, well, why am I putting $1,000 just to make 13 bucks? Isn't that crazy? I'm risking all the 1,000 bucks, and that's just ridiculous. Why would I do that? Well, because if you understand delta, understand probability, the probability of this happening of by the 20th, so Ethereum being above this line by the 20th, which is exactly this day right here, this expiration right here, you know that the chances are usually what you see in the delta. And right now the delta for this one is between 0.05 and 0.04, meaning there's 95 to 96% chance that my strategy is going to go in my favor, because the delta shows the probability of that happening. So the probability of Ethereum closing above this is 4 to 5% of this happening. So delta can be used like that. And if you understand that, you can use delta to calculate and make quite a lot of money with not 0DTs, not this one right here for the 19th, because day to day usually pays very little. But if you go 2 or 3 days in advance, you can check for very, very long strategies, like very far away, for example, for Ethereum. Ethereum right now doesn't offer any 2200. If there was a 2200, depending on the percentage, if it is more than let's say 0.5 or 0.6% per day. So you just divide that by the amount of days that you are keeping this option open for. If it is more than that, 0.5 or 0.6, it starts to get a little risky. But if it is in the sweet spot that the delta is good and also the direction of the market is interesting, then you can get some recurring revenue, especially if you have IV that is going up, like in this case right now, which IV is at 54, but we saw it drop quite a lot. Also, Bitcoin's IV is dropping quite a lot. If you go back maybe 5 or 6 videos, you can see that we had the volatility for Bitcoin around 50, 53, and for Ethereum close to 70. So 69, 70, this was the average for volatility. So volatility is going down quite a lot in crypto these last few days. So if you combine all of these, if you combine that knowledge and if you combine that with AI, because I also showed you, I made a full video showing you how you can put this information in AI. So you can just go to your GPT or your cloud subscription, take a screenshot of the chart. For example, you go right here and you take a screenshot of the chart and the 4 hours in the daily You just send that to GPT or whatever LLM you're using, and you say, "Hey, to I need to sell spreads with this. What is the direction that Bitcoin should be going? Or do technical analysis for me, please, so like we can find directions where this is going." And it's gonna say, "Hey, I'm a little bit more bearish. I'm a little bit more bullish. So if it's bearish, you should sell calls. If it is bullish, you should sell puts." So you go from that and you pick what makes your risk profile, and according to that, you just go right here on the topics and use the cards, or you can even go right here on the options tab, select Ethereum, select if you want to sell a call or a put, and to sell. And if you want to protect more, you buy a further out of the money option just to protect yourself. So this way you can cap maximum loss and maximum profit. But of course, you're gonna lose some of the profit, but you're gonna be capping and lowering your margin by quite a lot on the other side. So maximum loss is gonna go down significantly, drastically more. That makes it safer. This is why I sell spreads only with my huge portfolio. If you're interested in understanding a little bit more, we have an education tab. If you click education right here on Bitopex, we've made that available for you. You have videos regarding, introduction level all the way to, multiple leg strategies for not only Bitopex, but for everything. If you watch this, you should be able to trade options on whatever place. And of course, if you want to check it out, the first link in the description is my referral link for Bitopex, is my referral link for Bitopex. So clicking that will help me as well. That being said, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you learned something. And if you did, don't forget to always like, subscribe, share this video, because we're dropping so much in reach, because bear market, no one wants to know about options, or no one wants to know about crypto. So if this is interesting to you and you believe it's going to be interesting for someone else, let me know. Share this video with them. It might help, and it also will help me for sure. So thank you very much. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace.